So today I'm down at Newport News Park, and I was just told via email that the park department of Newport News will be having a tree planting ceremony down here on April 25th, 2025. And every year they select a tree and they plant it in one of the parks for Arbor Day. This year I've been in touch with them about three American hybrid American chestnut trees that I have that I bought over a year ago and been growing, but because the trees get really big, probably bigger than any of these trees eventually, um, I asked them if they wanted them, and they just came back today and told me that they're gonna plant all three right there, right along this section here. So that will have my American chestnut trees, and 100 years from now they may be way up there, but also they'll provide all kinds of chestnuts. Usually towards the end of summer going into winter is when they produce, and I've got two different trees that will be producing, are early producing and later producing. So that means turkey, deer, squirrels, all the animals will be able to benefit from it. And then the insects and everything that live on the chestnuts that fall on the ground, those go and help with the aquatic animals. So, and 100 years ago, when the American chestnut tree caught a blight from an Asian chestnut tree they brought into New York, it spread down the coast, pretty much wiping out the whole um, area as far as the chestnut tree goes. And the American chestnut tree was one of the first ones that the immigrants um, utilized. The Indians and everybody that lived here, native, they knew how to use them and cultivate them and eat the seeds and do all that. But when the immigrants came, they used them to build furniture, to build fencing, kind of like what you see around the fence here. They used them to build their cabins. But then after the blight hit, there hasn't been chestnut wood available in many, many decades. So I think by about the 1930s, it was pretty much wiped out from New York all the way down to uh, southern United States, where they range, primarily up in the Appalachian mountains. But at any rate, this is where they will, I don't know exactly where, but this is the area that they're going to put them, they said, per a map they gave me. So it'd be somewhere right along here. I'm not sure what these trees are. I should probably find out, but they don't look like anything too significant, just pretty common to what's in the area. So I think these will be a nice addition. And 100 years from now, maybe somebody will come and see. It's a top-story tree, the American chestnut tree, so they grow up above the rest of the trees. And in the old forest, at one time, they say you could see them when they were blossoming. You could see them throughout the mountains and the forest as they were on the top of the forest trees there. Yep, I'm pretty excited. This is going to be really nice to have that. I didn't know what to do with them. My yard's just, it's big, but it's not big enough for American chestnut trees. So a few days from now, they'll come and pick them up from me, and 25th, come down here for the 10 a.m. ceremony where they plant them. The ground is pretty wicked, I guess. It's kind of hard, and a lot of big roots going through here, so I guess they have it plotted out how they want to do it, though. And that's the story of the American chestnut trees in Newport News Park. Down here at Newport News Park for the tree planting ceremony. They got ahead and got 1, 2 in the ground, but they're gonna do the third one as part of the ceremony over there with the golden shovels. Just waiting for other people to show up here. I'll check up on Ella, hitting the playgrounds. There's the view of the trees. 1, 2, 3 being planted there. These trees should outgrow that pine tree over time. Oh, got the big shovel coming. This is a ceremony tree, and then one more to plant. One's already planted, and everybody's gathering here for the ceremony.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Nelson. I am a landscape planner with the Newport News Parks and Recreation Department. As Ryan said, we're happy to share that this is our 42nd year as Tree City USA, which is a designation given by the Arbor Day Foundation. And I think it goes to show our city's long-standing commitment to growing and maintaining a perfect tree list. A few weeks ago, we received an email from a Newport News resident who offered to donate some trees that he had grown himself. And in that email, it was really clear how much care and passion he put into growing these trees. So it was without hesitation that we accepted this offer. 3 of these trees were American chestnut hybrids, which we're planting today. They're going to make a great addition to our tree canopy. Just a little history about the American chestnut. These trees were once regarded as the redwoods of the East. They dominated our forests, the forests of Appalachia, making up nearly 25% of the hardwood canopy from Georgia to southern Ontario. These trees were marvelous. They grew fast, up to 130 feet tall, 14 feet wide, and they would live for centuries. They were valued not only for their wood that was very straight and rot resistant, used in everything from cabins to furniture, but also for their very abundant nut, which fed wildlife and communities. Tragically, though, in the late 1800s, a fungal disease we know as chestnut blight was introduced into North America. It was first documented in New York, and it spread rapidly. And by the 1950s, we lost 4 billion American chestnuts. But the story doesn't end there, because for decades now, scientists and conservationists have been working very hard to develop a hybrid. And through crossbreeding and biotechnology, they've been able to create a hybrid that is 90%, up to 90% resistant of the blight. These trees are being planted and reintroduced in hopes that the American chestnut can reclaim its spot in our forest. When we emailed our donor to let him know that we were going to plant these trees for our Arbor Day celebration and give them the recognition that they deserved, he responded with one sentence that read, "I am so excited." And we are honored to have him here with us today. Jimmy Hall.
Thank you.
And thanks to Jimmy, today we're not just planting a tree, we are helping to carry on an American legacy. These trees are going to be planted in our Arboretum, and they're symbols of resilience and renewal and the power of community action. So thanks again for being here, and happy Arbor Day.
Applied for Tree City USA status or approved for that. And we've been doing this 42 years since then. But with my bad eyes and this calligraphy on here, bear with me please. Proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. Whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 100 trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, cleaning the air, producing oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. Whereas trees in our city increase property values while providing wind and heat protection, enhancing the economic vitality of business areas, and beautifying our community. And whereas trees are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas in an effort to preserve and encourage the planting of trees, Newport News established tree planting programs throughout the city. And whereas in recognition of its extensive tree planting and preservation efforts by the Parks Landscape Services, the city of Newport News has been recognized for the 42nd consecutive year as a Tree City USA community by the National Arbor Day Foundation. Now therefore I, Philip Jones, Mayor of the city of Newport News, do hereby proclaim April 25th, 2025 as Arbor Day in the city of Newport News, and urge all citizens to support efforts to care for our trees and woodlands and to support our community's forestry program.
Michelle, go grab one. Okay, Michelle, come back. You can do. Oh, there's one more. There's one more.
1, 2, 3.
Nice job.
Switch off.
Planting of the last tree. This was my smallest one.
Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just glad they're going to get a good home.
Yeah, it's perfect. Were these your only ones that you had, or do you have?
I had 3 of these that I brought in. I was going to plant them in my yard, but trees are hard because of all the shade. And
Yeah.
I got other things I grow,
Sure.
loofah sponges and stuff,
okay.
and I need that sunshine.
Sunlight, yeah.
But so I kept debating for the last year whether I would do it or not.
Well, this is perfect. It makes Arbor Day extra special.
Yeah, the other.
I know you now. Okay. I got it. I appreciate all your likes and shares. I always note them.
The last one.
Oh, okay.
That's from what I understand. They're going to use
Okay.
these little water balloon type donuts that go around the base, and then they can fill those every so often, and water will slowly drip down onto them. And they got this plastic netting that's going to go around on the poles, try to keep the deer and everything off of it. The deer will eat the leaves. They may even be able to reach in here. So they got a couple of years to get them high enough to be safe from that. But once they do get up there, they'll be dropping chestnuts, so there'll be a lot of stuff for the deer to eat.